Okay, so the issue you're having is this. Let me turn this off. So let's say for example I create, let's say I create a pipe in here. Just for example. This is something like this, for example. Now if I hit 3 on the keyboard and I spawn this out, you can see how it kind of flattens all of this out way too much. So I don't want that. To kind of maintain or hold the edge, you need to go to tension edge mode. What is this? So go to insert edge loop. Let me just make sure multiple. Let me put this at 1 for now. So holding control, you can no. Better still. Let me just use the multi-cut. I think multi-cut should be. Let me just change this my layout first. Go to modeling toolkit. Let's use the multi-cut instead. So if I hold the control, I can go an entire loop around this. So you need a loop around here. You also need a loop around this top part, like so, around here, like so. Same here also. So once I hit 3 on the keyboard now to do an auto smooth, you can see how it holds this edge properly. Whereas on this other side, it's not holding this edge properly. So I need to kind of repeat the same process here also. So on your shield, you need to kind of create some edge loops around this, around here also. So let's kind of average things out. Let's just add 1 in here and add 1 in the center also in here, just to average things out. 1 here also in the center, 1 also in the center, like around here. So if I hit 3 on the keyboard now, you can see how well it holds the shape. And the reason why I'm adding additional subdivision levels in the center is because once you import this to ZBrush, you want to kind of make sure the spacing in between each quadrant face is kind of more or less almost averagely the same, Here now there's a lot of gap. The spacing in here and the spacing in here is quite large, so there's a lot of gap in between. So we need to kind of fix that, because if you're importing this into ZBrush, you want to kind of make sure the entire spacing from each quad is more or less the same around the entire model. So when you kind of subdivide, you have an equal spacing around everything. So you would have equal spacing around everything. So when you're sculpting, you won't be having more resolution around here to sculpt with and less resolution around here to sculpt with. So because if you leave this like this, I'm importing to ZBrush and we keep subdividing. When you're adding more details around this region, you notice that in here has more details because there are more poly counts around here compared to here where the spacing is just way too much. So let's kind of average that out. So you also need to kind of keep that in mind. So let's go to the multi-cut. Let's add 1 edge loop here and 1 edge loop here. So you can see how we kind of average in between the spacing from here to here to here to here. The spacing in this part are kind of different, but this should kind of work in most cases, because at least we have more or less like almost equal spaces around there. This will work just fine when you're bringing it into ZBrush, kind of sculpt on. Now the other issue now you are having for the edge loop not going around it completely. Let me see if I can create. Let me undo all of this. Let's see if I can create a situation whereby the edge loop won't be going complete and around the entire thing. So I'm going to the multi-cut. I'll just add a cut in here. I hit enter to apply that cut. So now I have a point around here. So let's see if I use the multi-cut and try to do a loop around this, if it will work. Now you can see how, yes, now you can see how the loop is no longer complete. It's supposed to go around, it's supposed to go around the entire mesh, but it's not going around the entire mesh because there are some points in here that sometimes you might not even be able to see properly. So if I try to go a loop now, you see the loop is not complete anymore because this part, there's a point in this particular place here. So if I kind of, let's say I select and delete that point, that's if you can find the point. If you can find the point, you can select and delete it. Once you delete it and then you try to use the multi-cut again, you can see how it goes around the entire mesh in a loop, in a complete edge loop. So if you are facing that issue, then you can't really tell where the problem is coming from. What you can actually do is this: just delete the thickness. Just delete the thickness. Select the entire thickness of this and then delete it. Once you're done deleting it, then go to vertex mode, select all the verts, then go to merge verts. Let's use merge vertices. Let's open this option in here. So let's put this around. The value might depend on how close each point are to themselves. So let's put this at a value of 1. Let's see. Merge. Okay. So at a value of 1, we're not having them merging too close to themselves. So that should be fine. So you can use a value of 1, kind of merge all any duplicated parts around it together to themselves. So now you can now easily extrude. You can now easily extrude. Then go to multi-cut and then add your edge loop around it. Okay, I'm sure you understand. So you're going to repeat that for every of your circular or rounded shape, just to keep the edges a bit tight. So in case you're having that issue, that's how to fix it.